Mrs. Reno, a group of businessmen and clergymen have met here in this office this afternoon. What was the purpose of calling this meeting?
We called the meeting together to discuss among ourselves the situation in Oklahoma City in relation to Negroes and white relationships. And these were people that have a concern for the welfare of the community, and we thought we should take some action and make some plans to bring some positive results out of the things that are happening in our city.
Your group was nothing official, no official organization, but there were conclusions reached. Can you tell me what the conclusions were?
Well, we thought that we should let people know that there are a lot of people in Oklahoma City, we believe, who think that people ought to be treated as human beings, not according to the color of their skin.
Mrs. Reno, would you approach the restaurant owners with the idea of achieving integration or with the idea of just keeping the peace?
Well, I think the committee will go to them to talk to them in a reasonable way about the fact that people go to eat at a restaurant because they're hungry, not because of what color they are, and that they ought to be served on that same basis.
Well, was the question of next Sunday, when I believe all of us understand that the Negroes will be visiting churches, are the clergymen concerned about this?
Well, the clergymen that were here today were not concerned about it.
Do you feel that, have you any measure of the pulse of the city? Do you feel that the city is behind you?
Behind the council, you mean?
Behind your ideals in the council.
In race relations?
Yes.
I think the majority of the city is. I think that most of the people in Oklahoma City would like to see justice done, and sometimes they're doubtful about the methods, but I think they're glad to have some group of people lead in that direction.
Mr. Osbourne, is the Restaurant Association taking any action in this situation?
Not at this moment, they're not.
When do you expect the association to make a decision if they do make one?
Well, that is problematic. Each place of business poses a different problem. And there's no plan devised for the people in the business this time. It's just what they do that I know about.
Then there has been no recommendations to the Restaurant Association itself?
No.
Well, do you feel personally that it is mostly a matter of the businessmen's not knowing what public reaction would support, or do you think that it's a personal feeling on their part?
No, it's public reaction.
I think it's a wonderful gesture on their part, a wonderful gesture. I think it is something that should be straightened out and should have been all the time.
Why do you feel that way?
I feel that all people should be treated as American citizens and not as a race.
Thank you.
I think as long as they behave themselves nicely, they ought to be served.
You think they should be served?
Yes, sir.
I think it's very, I think it's very nice for two races to join together and to be more than just be separated, to be all together and everything.
What do you think about integration in eating places?
I think it's fine. According to us people and the others too. And I enjoy cooperating together with everyone.
I understand there are colored people who are against it. What is their point of view?
Well, they don't think there's justice, but I do. And I have talked to some that said they wouldn't.
Do they tend to be older or younger people?
Older people. The young generation is fine.
I think that the Negro people, accommodate those stores downtown, and I think it would be fair for us to sit and eat just like the white do. We walk and shop and get tired, and we have no place to eat, and we have to come to the east side and eat. a lot of people go to Browns and Cats and those other stores down there. And yes, I'm in favor of it.
Mr. White, you've now talked with the president of the Chickasha NAACP. What's your official word on the announced sit-down strike in the Chickasha Cafe?
This is our official statement in this matter. The letter written to the cafe has no apparent connection with the NAACP. There are no plans for a sit-down strike in Chickasha by the NAACP Youth Council.
Well, I understand that you're now in possession of the letter that was written to this cafe owner, and it was signed by a group identifying themselves as the Chickasha Negro Youth Council. What will you do with this letter?
I will turn this letter over to the local FBI officials immediately.
Are there any further plans, to your knowledge, for any further food service sit-down strikes in other cities of the state?
At the present time, there is no plan for any sit-down strike in other cities of Oklahoma by the NAACP.
Can NAACP groups in other towns of the state take any official action on their own?
No, it must be approved by the state NAACP before any action could be taken on projects of this magnitude.
Frank Wade says he's keeping a daily log of his losses and that he might make some arrangement to get the losses back from the NAACP. What do you have to say about that?
I have no comment until we confer with the legal department of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Barbara, what's going to be new at Brown's tomorrow?
The difference tomorrow will be that we will not have any of the youth council members waiting there.
Well, why not?
Well, since we've started the campaign, we've been saying that we were waiting on the aid of the Christian people in the community to come to our rescue. And we have had a group that is under the leadership of Mrs. Vivian Reno, and it's a group of organizations that are going to take a positive stand action, and we're going to give them time.
Do you know what form this positive stand, or our action as you call it, will take?
No, I don't.
Is this to be considered in any way capitulation or defeat by your organization?
Not at all. We're only going to suspend our sitting.
Well, how long will you suspend it?
It all depends upon how long it will take for the other organization to act.
Now, what information do you have, or how do you know that these other organizations will take some action?
They have contacted us, and there will be a conference, I think a press conference next week that will release the bans maybe and exactly what they're going to do.
here.
Did you come down to encourage this group in their efforts to be served?
I came down to let John Brown Company know that I believe in the brotherhood of man,
Is this...
in democracy. In democracy.
What I mean, is this a social feeling or religious feeling or part of both?
Y'all are blocking the car. Y'all are blocking.
Oh, okay.
Y'all are blocking the whole thing. Step back here if you want your pictures. Y'all are step right back here.
Right. It's purely, it's everything. I'm a Democrat. That means I believe in democracy.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We're going to block up the way here. It's going to cause some friction.
There's plenty. What's your main job here?
What? Saving this for white people.
Oh, well, do you, is this because you want to? I mean, a
Yes,
moral
it is.
feeling that, that there should be some space for the white people?
That's right.
Go to John A. Brown's and you will see the results. We are Oklahoma people with the soonest blood in our veins. We are not afraid because we have been to the mountaintop and we have seen the promised land. And it's going to be here in America, here in Oklahoma. The old Oklahoma is dying out and a new Oklahoma is being born. The youth of Oklahoma say, fight on, Oklahoma, fight on, until Oklahoma will truly become the land of the free and the home of the brave. For truly, integration is democracy.